Oh, hi there. Hello.
Come check out our new show,
So join us as we go.
Galavanting.
Yes, yes. Greetings, fellow armchair. I'm not going to sing every intro. No, screw that. Screw that. That get way too tiring. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And yes, tonight we thought we'd do a little gallivanting for you. This is a show that, as we discussed in our first episode, I think Blue Dragon 5's a little bit more high on it than I am. I'm still kind of struggling to find the show's overall identity, to really find a grasp on where I stand with these characters and everything. But Dragon, you seem to be going along with it pretty good. You seem to be keeping up with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We've got. I didn't write down the name of this episode. What's the name of this episode?
Well, I think it's called Joust Friends.
Joust Friends. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
I think the first one's just called Pilot. So
Pilot.
It's Pilot
Yeah.
and Joust Friends. Okay.
Okay. So yeah. What do you think about this one?
Oh, I really like this one. I think this one, you're right. Now the pilot just kind of establishes, it's more like setting up the journey. And now I think we're on that journey. We're starting to pick up with some good story beats.
Sure. I mean, I definitely think with the pilot, what we got was, we talked kind of about how they had that weird sort of like flashing back and forth in time, trying to set up all the characters. In my opinion, it kind of made it a little bit more convoluted than it needed to be, because I just don't think this is the story that lends itself to like politics and Game of Thrones style shenanigans and behind the scenes backstabbing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I just want a good musical fantasy romp. That's all I want.
And I think you're going to see more of that as we keep going through.
Okay. So let's dive right into this.
Sure. So we see Galavant, heroically defeating some henchmen, some like marauders, most likely
I kind of like
marauders.
how they just kind of come up just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's just in the woods. He's starting to song. We've got him. We've got Isabella, and then we've also got Sid. And they're just like, are they singing the same kind of Galavant song that they were singing at the end?
No, well, I don't think they're singing yet because this is remember it's a dream.
Are you sure they're not singing?
Well, it starts off with a dream, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I could have sworn they were singing.
No, I think they sing after he wakes up. Because remember, he wakes up from the journey, then they sing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The point is, Galavant defeats a bunch of these henchmen, and then we see Madalena appear from nowhere, and so she's saying, "Oh, Galavant," and then the king shows up. And the Prince Galavant gets rejected and mocked by the king as he points out, your lack of pants. And Galavant's embarrassed.
Nightmare.
And Galavant's and the Avatar: Last Airbender did this exact same gag, by the way.
Didn't they really?
It's pretty much a lack of pants. They're all laughing at him. And he wakes. Oh, and here's the important thing. She says, "You've lost it, Galavant."
Oh.
And he wakes up. So basically, the big message of the stream is, Galavant, you've lost a few steps. You may be able to defeat these other marauders, these other knights, your opponents, but at the end of the day, you've lost a step or two, and you're not going to be able to accomplish your goal. And that's why we're laughing at you. Good message within the dream. Little silly with the pants gag, I'll give him that, but I think the message is there.
For sure. Okay, so then he wakes up.
Now they're all singing. They're singing about like a heroic journey, adventure of some sort.
Sure, and this is a good song. I think at this point from the two episodes I've seen, I think the opening Galavant song is probably the most memorable. But this is okay. It works. It kind of gets us into the mood. Kind of sets up the episode.
I'll say this. I think the songs in this, with the exception of I've Got a Dream song from Tangled, are better than the songs in Tangled.
Right, yeah.
Let's face it, Tangled's music, I mean, it's okay, but it's not really, in comparison, not that good. Except for that one song, particularly. I Got a Dream is a really good song.
Yeah, no, I've always made, it's like Tangled soundtrack is just Mandy Moore pop songs for the most part.
Yeah, except for, the actual Alan Menken song. It's in the movie.
Right, yeah, of course.
And I think these are more Menken-y, all these songs are more Menken-y, and has more Menken working on them. I think it's why they're better.
I would tend to agree with you on that. Yeah, I think that makes sense, for sure.
Anyway, so yeah, they're singing about they're getting ready. They point out, you're going to save the woman who ripped out your heart, pretty much. Even though he says, "Yeah, I'm going to save her because she's in peril," but no, she actually broke your
She's
heart.
really not in peril at all.
Yes. And also, this is really great. Again, fourth wall breaking, kind of turning the trope on its head. When people sing the lyrics in these songs and they're trying to be whispering, yeah, they can hear you because you're singing. Isabella singing, I hope they don't see through my ruse or something, and like singing, I'm working for the king. And
I
Galavant
love
said,
that. That was probably the funniest moment in the whole thing for me.
Yeah, and then Galavant, I love how he doesn't let it go either. He says, she just says, wait, what? He says, no, nothing. He says, no, I'm quite sure he said something. And then she says, we're off on a hero's journey. We're off on a hero's quest.
Now, of course, BlueDragonFive, I gotta bring up this one thing.
The bleep? I hate the bleep also. I hope that's what you're saying.
No, not the bleep, not the bleep. Are we really going down another fucking liar revealed storyline?
Well, I think, I don't know, I'll give them this. I think the way they're approaching this liar reveal, at least it's a little creative.
Liar revealed in general is the antithesis of creativity.
Well, I mean, at least the thing is, like, she keeps trying to bring it up.
True.
And you'll see that come back a little. Hopefully it don't drag out too much longer.
Okay.
I'm afraid that might be the one trope we do have to stomach, though.
Yeah, and it's not a trope that I'm particularly cool with.
I don't know. I'm hoping. I have faith that they're going to turn it on its head some and make it a little more acceptable. Like
I have a lot more faith in the potential liar revealed storyline that's going on right now in Agent Carter than I do in this one.
Right. Let me say this.
Shit. Sorry.
Getting those. But I have faith that I think when the liar reveal happens in this show, I think it's going to be like Galavant's okay with it. I don't think they're going to drag it out. I'm hopeful with that though.
And that's kind of the same thing you said about Carter. So yeah.
So I'm thinking they're going to be Carter. I know is going to be smart about that. This show, I'm going to hope is going to be smart about that.
You're going to hope. We can only hope. Yeah.
Yes, I mean I think just given the evidence so far, they have been kind of subverting the trope. So I think
fuck. I'm sorry about my camera. Jesus. Hey, keep going.
So I have hope that they're going to, just given the evidence we've seen with them subverting the other tropes, I hope the next trope is going to be, subverted, made good. Yeah, lie reveal. They're going to make that at least not a big thing to drag on. Like, oh, now I'm upset with you because you lied to me. Maybe for a beat he's upset. Then he says, okay, look, I get it. I get it. Your parents are in danger. Okay, I get it. Let's move on. Let's stop King Richard.
I mean, I love Rango. I think Rango is an incredibly creative animated movie, got a terrific art style to it. I just can't rate that movie as anything higher than a 7 out of 10 because of the liar reveal.
Well, I think their liar reveal was earned, and compared to other liar reveals, I think that one was actually earned.
Like I said, man, just the fact that trope's in there in the first place, I'm just so sick of it.
Like, I mean, look, two things I'm going to give a liar reveal pass on. Definitely Bug's Life. I'm going to give that one a liar reveal pass. And I'll give that one a pass, and I'll give Rango a pass if I only have two to use.
I can kind of see where you're coming from on Bug's Life. I don't give Rango a pass because I specifically remember that kind of ruined the movie for me.
Alright, anyway, so back to this.
Yeah.
What's happening? So, okay, so now that they're triumphant hero song, and Galavant's at it, and she mentions, like, pretty much they mention, you're a little out of the game. Pretty much mentions, like, he has a muffin top. Which he doesn't, but it's funny.
Right.
And then basically by the end he says, oh man, I'm out of breath. That was a lot of singing. And there's the stupid bleep they have in there before he says that, which again, I just hate the bleeps.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Stylistically, I don't think it's the best choice. I mean, it's like, if you're really going to have that course of language, just don't have that course of language, because it's not that hard to just, have funny stuff in this kind of setting and not have to rely on, like, just coarse swear words all the time.
It's like
this is coming from a guy who relies on coarse language a lot of the time in his podcasting, and even I think it's a bit much.
Yeah, I mean, it's, well, I mean, the thing overall for the show, I like how they are, it's an absurd concept, but I like how they are approaching quite earnestly with the characters, and when they do stuff like this, it kind of reminds me, oh yeah, this is a show, it's not an actual adventure we're watching unfold now.
You mean these people are actually going on a quest?
Well, I mean, I'm invested in
Lied
them.
to? You mean this whole situation isn't actually happening?
I mean, the bleep reminds me, okay, this is a byproduct of a show, because someone has to push a bleep button.
No, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, so after Galavant's catching his breath from after the song, they all, they realize that they camp out for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realize, okay, we have no money.
Nope.
We need some food. What are we going to do for that?
Well, Sid, he spots a jousting tournament. Yeah.
There's a really funny line, too. I always wondering if you think this is funny. They had a line where it says, hey, we gotta find somewhere to camp at night, because if I'm too tired and we go out there, someone's going to ambush us and ravage your brown body. Wait, what? No, I mean Sid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Racy.
No, but I love that he mentions, no, not you, Sid.
Oh, right.
I appreciate it. I thought it was kind of funny.
No, yeah, I liked it, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, basically we're gonna enter jousting contest, get $1,000.
This is something that pretty much happened on Over the Garden Wall was another miniseries where the characters spend a stretch of episodes trying to get money, so I'm not saying it's a trope, I'm just saying it works out fine. I don't even know why I'm complaining about it. Move on.
Okay, meanwhile, again, all the funny stuff with the king.
Oh yeah.
The king and
Here comes the choo-choo train.
Does he say like catapult or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, basically, the king sitting across from his wife, and the wife doesn't care for the king. No, it's just like she's in a bad marriage. She knows it. She's been, she's the one wearing the pants in the relationship. King is he's sitting there, and like a child, he's being fed with a spoon by the chef, and I love the chef too. Again, I just love that he's kind of butting up to the king, and the king's killed every member of his family, like killed every his whole lineage.
Yeah, his whole entire generational lineage just gone.
All the kings in the land have killed every father in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Anyway, so the king's being fed like a child. The wife's really discontent with this, and just basically he's a pansy. And the king has a really hilarious line in this scene. After she kind of storms off or whatever, then the king just has like a word of advice. He says to Gareth and the chef. Again, I love those two. This trio just says to him, "Take my advice. Never start a marriage with kidnapping."
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Then Gareth suggests that the king man up a little. Yeah. And then the king realizes. After he has like a piece of the whatever is in the stew or whatever in his mouth, he says, "Oh no, there's fat on this piece. I don't like it." Literally, the servant reaches into his opens his mouth, and the servant has to pluck it out there for him.
Oh my god!
Pretty much says, "I like this." Gareth is suggesting, "Okay, why don't you man?" Again, the king, the Gareth helps out the king. He's not just like this guy's a complete idiot. No, he actually cares about him. He just points out, "Okay, well, why don't you try manning up? Maybe that'll win her over." Says, "You know what? You're right, Gareth. Oh, I got something on my clothes. Oh, you're right, Gareth. Help me, please." They go to Gareth's room, and it's the epitome of manliness.
Oh yeah.
Weapons galore. There's even a testosterone smell. What is that smell? It's testosterone. Huh. So pretty much, Gareth offers his help, and also the king says, "Oh, Gareth,
a man out of you."
Pretty much.
Now let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. I either think of that or I think of the Man Up song from Book of Mormon. Man up, I got to man up. All right, I'm sorry.
Okay. So pretty much after offering his help, I think King says, "Oh, Gareth, I could hug you." He says, "No, you don't want to do that, sir. I've only hugged one man in my life. That was my father before he died." I squeezed him until I hugged him so tight until he died.
Oh wow!
You killed him with a hug. And like King says, "Okay, we'll circle back to that." Okay, so what's happening with the jousting contest here? What's happening?
With the jousting contest? Okay, so we have the rival jouster. What's his name?
John Hamm or Gene Hamm.
His name's John Hamm.
I
Oh
love that.
wow.
That's a funny gag. It's like Gene.
John
It's
Hamm.
like said like John. It's like kind of like a Gene Ham or like a John.
So it's like Jean-Luc Picard, right?
It's like Jean, I guess.
Okay, but it's
Like,
John Hamm.
yeah, John
Wow.
Hamm. And it's John Stamos playing John Hamm.
Okay, right,
Anyway,
right.
John Stamos is a cool guy. I like that he appeared in the series. I hope they bring him back. I do hope they bring him back.
Yeah, for sure.
They did set him up in this, and I don't think they're through with him.
So he enters. Let's see. They're trying to get into the contest, but they don't have the entry fee.
Yeah, so what they put the jewel up for collateral.
Oh yeah, Sid specifically puts it up for collateral.
And again, his rival shows up, so he has to enter this contest, and like they're getting to the your mama jokes.
Oh, this is kind of ridiculous.
It is a little ridiculous. So again, a little bit something takes me out of it a little bit. I'll give him a pass because of Galavant's reaction.
Yeah, I mean,
Galavant points out.
Well, the jokes haven't been relevant since 1210.
Yeah, I just love how calmly he says to like, come on, John, can we not do can we not do the mama your mother? It's not even your mama, it's your mama, your mother jokes because they're a little 12 cent like 1200s. So's your mama. So's your mother.
Oh God.
It's just ridiculous and funny. It's so silly. It's funny. Just
Now,
so childish these two together. It's funny.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Galen's trying to be the grown up one.
Okay, now Bella. Is it okay if Isabella? Bella?
I prefer Isabella or
Isabella? I just have it written down in my notes as Bella.
I'm saying
sorry.
Bella. Yeah, Bella has a negative connotation.
It does. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah.
It's kind of a shame because Bella used to be kind of a nice name.
Uh-huh. Okay,
anyway, so he's also hitting on Bella. Now you got me doing it. He's hitting on Isabella. And right. Isabella being the smart one, she's realizing, oh wait, Galavant's he's still rusty on this sort of thing. He's putting on the armor backwards like an idiot.
Yeah, she's really nervous. Essentially the fate of her entire family is in the stake of that jewel. So if she loses it, things aren't going to be good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so basically she buys him some time saying, "Oh, Galavant is one of the greatest warriors." Certainly, basically they bump him up to do the merit, so he's like the last round, like he's the championship round.
Right.
So, okay, on merit, we'll move Galavant to the final round, which is tomorrow. So basically, she buys him like a day's worth of time to train in the meantime, and also your armor's backwards.
What?
Yep, and his armor is backwards.
Oh. Right. And okay, so they're practicing. Heroes don't stretch.
Which, by the way, I think may result in our ending and what happens ultimately.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because he didn't stretch. I think that's the reason.
Very true. Didn't think about that.
So basically, he's training with Isabel, which will evolve into a Rocky-ish montage. But he's sword fighting with Isabel, and we see. Isabel points out he's too much confidence.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, Galavant has a really good moment in this scene, and that I really love. Again, it's silly on the surface, but I really love the underlining earnestness of this message we get. I do love Galavant's character arc here. I love his character arc throughout the rest of these episodes. Because despite the silly situations he's going to get himself into, he does have some good character development in each of these.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought they set up and established kind of the main points of his character well in the first episode.
Yeah, we have a moment like that kind of here. Pretty much, he says after she knocks him down, says, she points out he's too cocky, and you're afraid of something. He says, no, I'm not. Basically, he admits to he's afraid that he's going to be knocked down again.
Right.
After life has knocked him down, how basically he's afraid that he's not strong enough to get up. Pretty much, he's no longer up to his merit that he once had. And pretty much then Isabel gives him a really good piece of advice. I really love this line, and of course I love how it all wraps up and comes full circle at the end too. She says, heroes get up after being knocked down.
For sure.
Really good. So then we get the montage, doing push-ups.
Right.
Jean advancing in the rounds, and Isabella likes seeing Galavant's abs.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Then pretty much, by the end of the montage, he's back.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun. Gonna fly now. Dun, 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 dun. Gonna fly now.
Hey, that's our impromptu
Galavant.
musical number for this.
Galavant.
Galavant's gonna fly now. He's gonna soar now.
He's got a sword now.
And he's going to joust the ham away, Galavant!
Galavant! Go, 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 Galavant!
Okay, you see, that wasn't that hard. We could do that once an episode.
Alright, maybe. Okay, so.
God, that was ridiculous.
It was, but funny. Okay, so now the Galavant's back, and again, I do legitimately like this. That he's learned, and he's got to pick himself up, and he's got to retrain himself. It's kind of like a Batman coming back,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so like Batman retraining himself, kind of a neat idea there. Okay, so meanwhile, what's happening? Okay, so she, after he gets up, says, I think I'm ready for tomorrow. I says, what if I'm not? Says, oh, you will be. And then meanwhile, she's giving him an edge, kind of let's just say it's a little. Reminded me of A Million Ways to Die in the West a little.
A little bit, yeah.
So she goes to hit on Ham, and she's flirting with him, and she's also poisoning him at the same time. He's really dumb for not realizing it.
No, yeah.
But that's intentional, though. The guy's
especially because it's like she is just so insistent, like, you have to drink this. Just go on. Make sure you finish the whole thing. Just go on.
And also, she does sneak in like your mother. Says, wait, what? No, nothing, just drink up. Now, here's the question, Diggy. Do you think she actually did the deed?
I would hope not. I don't think so.
I would hope not, too. I'm just saying, again, we're kind of the show we've got here. That's not out of their own possibility.
That's very true. With the show we've got, it is very possible.
Yeah, I'm not lying. John Stamos, to the ladies, not an unattractive man.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
Especially someone named after John Hamm.
Of course.
John Hamm's a very attractive man.
Yes, women love ham.
Yeah.
Get it? It's ham, and they love ham, as in him.
Yes.
Him, ham. Get it? Okay. Okay. So, big joust.
All right. So
sorry. We got an awesome king moment. So now the king's apparently off screen. He's been trained in the ways of manliness by Gareth. The king romances his wife with forcefulness because apparently women like to be dominated.
Oh yeah. Makes
so pretty much like, what stupid ploys? Sit down, woman. You can tell I love that he's trying. Again, he's trying to be a better man. He's trying to he's doing all this for his love of his wife, who he actually does want a relationship with.
Sure.
So he wants to connect with her, and it's really endearing quality. He wants to have an actual relationship with the woman he married. Of course, married for stupid reasons. Just he saw her one day and just started marrying her after one day. Not even a day, after one sighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Marry a man you just met. You can't just kidnap a woman and marry her. Similar message.
Again, Ice King.
Right. So then the king's like he's overzealous, saying, "Oh, I'm going to drink from the bottle, not even from a cup." It's funny. He's really pathetic.
Oh yeah, he really is.
And yet, really hilarious bit off screen though, like to the side. You got Gareth and the chef, they're looking at the king. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's doing it!" And shove like a jolly shove of each other, and it's like chef tries to shove Gareth and really shoves him like he's gonna hurt him. Really funny. Okay, meanwhile, big joust.
Wait! You missed. I love the line where it's just like, "Yeah, that's right. I just burped. Deal with it."
And then we see the man say, "Yeah, he's doing good."
Okay, so yeah, we are the main jousting event.
Big joust.
So Mr. Ham walks out of his walks out of his tent, and then
not as bad as Neil Patrick Harris, but he does get sick.
Oh God, Neil Patrick Harris literally shits himself, right?
Well, for real, yeah.
Oh God. Okay. So yeah, no, he's basically vomiting uncontrollably out of his knight's helmet. It's just like spewing out the sides, it's leaking out the little cracks.
I love the crowd reaction in the scene. It's so realistic. It's the crowd reaction like, I don't know what I'm seeing here.
Right, like what is this exactly? What's going on?
Just the applause then subverted by silence. I love that.
Okay, so
Ham's sick.
Yeah, Ham is a little under the weather, and
Sorry, I just love this idea.
So Galavant comes riding up, and yeah, his problem is he can't move. He literally trained so hard that his muscles are all shot.
Yeah, like his full range of motion is like he lift his arm like and because he's too trained to, like, you know, like Elizabeth walks up saying, Isabel walks up and says, you feel ready for this? No, I don't think I can. Something's wrong. So what's wrong? I can't move. Wait, what? We trained too hard. I can't. This is my full range of motion. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And just the idea. Now, I think a bit of it might have to do with the fact he didn't stretch. Maybe could be really funny if that's the case.
No, I think so. I think you're kind of onto something right there. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is so hilarious. Like, one guy's sick as a dog, and you think, okay, Galavant has the advantage, but nope. Galavant is also too sore to move. And basically, it's like, how did you get up here? I slept on the horse last night. And just she realized, oh, this is going to be an interesting joust.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a really slow joust happening. So after they finally somehow get on their horses and now charge at each other. It's not even charging. It's like literally calmly walking. The crowd's like, this is the final round?
Right.
Anyway, so they're slowly jousting at each other. They just knock each other casually off the horses. And very similar to the Dragon Ball Z World Martial Art Tournament, they have a contest on who gets up first.
Ah, yeah, good catch.
So literally, just the guy comes out, he's disappointed, he just says, okay, first person gets up wins. And then this I love how the tension literally relies on the piece of advice that she gave him. And again, I love that it does come full circle. Like, yeah,
yeah, you're right. It's a very good thematic element to the episode for sure.
Like, a real hero gets up after being knocked down. He's been knocked down. Now can he find the inner strength to get up? And he does. And yay, Galavant wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before she enters, like, it's all hopeful, like, yeah, we did it, thank you, Isabella. And then, okay, listen, Galavant, there's something I have to tell you. Wait, we won a rooster too! Sid interrupts. Like, are we naming it or are we eating it? Says, no, we're eating it.
Oh, we're definitely eating it.
So again, they're trying to get the truth in there, so we'll see where it goes, but hopefully it won't be a cheesy lie reveal.
Sure.
Meanwhile,
back at the king, he's just being a jerk about food, essentially.
Yeah, she eats a lot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then she mentions again. This is funny. This whole scene is pretty fun. They're starting to bond a little here over sick and demented things. Like, you know, she mentions to the king that she ate her own pet once because the parents didn't have food. They were poor.
Wow, that's some dark stuff right there.
Yes. And they bond over that. And says the king, "Oh, this is kind of nice."
Duh.
And then they put this really good song, dude. So basically, maybe you're not so bad.
I think this is probably the second best song besides the first Galavant song so far.
I really like this song. I love how the song is intercut too. It's basically,
very good intercut.
You're not the worst thing ever. We see them pretty much like pointing at the horrible qualities each of them find with each other, but then it cuts to Galavant, and it's like a little more hopeful. It's less hopeful with the king and Madeline.
Yeah.
the King and Madeline's pretty much like negative insulting each other, but then saying, maybe I don't mind you that much. But then it's Galavant and Isabel, like they are insulting each other. They're saying, I actually grown a little closer to you. We're starting to bond. Actually, it's a little lighter, like more hopeful on their side.
Absolutely.
It's more tolerance with the king and more like actual bonding with Galavant and Isabel. Like you get on my nerves, but you're starting to grow on me.
Right.
Like a mold or a fungus.
Okay, so then back with the king.
He's easily, I'll wear you down eventually.
And
actually, I'm sorry, real quick. The king has a good line. He mentions at some point in the conversation, he mentioned that Pearl, like a woman who like took care of him while his parents were away, they were busy with running the kingdom and stuff. This nice nursemaid, Pearl, like took care of him and says, she learned to love me too. I'll wear you down just like I did Pearl. And he says, look, basically she breaks his heart here. She says, I love the ending to this episode so much. She points out that, that's never going to happen. Okay? You can try all you want, but, you're unlovable. Pearl was paid.
Right.
Like, Pearl, her job was to love you.
Ooh.
And you feel, and then the ending, the best part's the ending. I was laughing so hard when this happened. I mean, so hard. After you feel really bad for the king after he says you're unlovable and we will never get close. And you feel bad for him because there was a little moment of bond. They had a song together. Yeah, a whole new world-ish moment.
Oh, God.
And then she basically breaks her saying you're unlovable. Walks away. And then the king... He runs into the other room crying his eyes out into Gareth's room. Or at least, I don't even think we see him run. We just cut to him entering Gareth's room, into Gareth's arms, and just like crying, "Oh, Gareth!" He's crying, and Gareth gives him a hug, and of course he's starting to crush him because he killed his father like that. He says, "Gareth, little tight. And then Gareth lightens up the hug. It's a sweet moment, like, oh
yeah.
And Gareth gives like the ultimate. Vinnie Jones is a genius, by the way. He's a genius of playing a straight man to this guy.
Sure.
He just gives a look like he's pathetic, but he's my buddy. It's like he's pathetic, but he's my idiot.
Yeah.
It's like like he was close, and she's hopeless, but I can't give up on him. It's like a little, also some disappointment, like, oh, well, it didn't work. It's such a hilarious moment. Like, the guy who trained him in manliness is now hugging him.
Right.
Just giving like an exacerbated look, like, maybe next time. Really funny. Yes.
All right, so that will do it for episode 2.
Any closing thoughts?
Joust Friends. I'm still not as into this as you are. I definitely think the draw is the king for the most part. Galavant's got some good stuff. I'm just not really sure I like the story, to tell you the truth. I think the story is probably my biggest issue, because I think the story is probably where we're getting the most formulaic stuff happening from, and it's not really engaging with me. So, but overall, I mean, I don't know, the show's a weird mixed bag for me. I'm not, like, I'm sure as the episodes go on and I get more used to it, I'll kind of enjoy it a little bit more, but I'm not right now on the same level that you are in terms of, like, really liking it. I mean, I get where the appeal is in the king. I get the potential in having these songs. I don't know. For me, like I said, it's very much like there's stuff I like. There's also stuff that I just feel is just kind of falls flat. So I don't know. A little bit of mixed bag.
Right. Well, yeah, this was a really, as we was just thinking thematically about the name of the episode. The name of the episode is Joust Friends. The thing about it, the end of the song is like for the after their ending song here, the big thing about it is like, being kind of the friends who are getting along together, friends who are they're never going to be more than friends in terms of the king and Madeline, not even friends. And look at the other thematic things of friends, like, he's an old rival like friend of John Hamm.
John Hamm.
So, you have to Yeah, you get the point of the whole thematic, like the thematic friends thing. I think the underlining thing is that Isabel is befriending Galavant, and maybe more as the
Gotcha,
thing's going on.
gotcha.
So over this joust, people bonding over the joust, kind of becoming. And you also, I guess, you also see Gareth becoming more friendly with the king. You know, yeah, they're pals helping each other out.
No, I mean, yeah, the king is easily like the reason why I'm even sticking with this, and I can't wait to see Weird Al, but that's another story. But
Well, I can tell you. You want me to tell you what episode he's going to appear in?
which one?
Okay, so looks like he's going to appear in episode 5.
Episode 5. Okay, can't wait for that. Can't
Okay,
wait
so
for that. That is literally the reason why I am watching this series in the first place. Is for his role.
So the point is, overall, I like this episode. That was fun. I guess the simple message of Galavant now is, again, we're going to get a little more development with him in each episode it would appear. And like his lesson learned in this one is kind of like not to be afraid of failure and to kind of learn to, kind of like your kind of Batman Begins message of, you know, what happens when you fall? You pick yourself back up.
Right, right.
So
yeah.
I think that's a good message, and also just the King stuff is hilarious. Just the ending cracks me up. In fact, if you can find an image of that, if we can't find anything better, that's the image to use.
Oh God. I'll certainly try and find something with him.
Something like
maybe him getting fed or something like that.
something with the King, preferably something with the King and Gareth.
Right, right. Okay.
The point is, really fun stuff. Again, it's going to, for me, continually being a fun show, great characters, and we'll see where it goes. And but I think it was a strong one. We're starting to get some good progression. You're starting to.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm definitely willing to keep up with it. You know, I hope that my opinions start to soften a little bit to it, because there's definitely a lot of stuff to like. I do enjoy all the performances and everything. I think Galavant's a likable enough lead. I think he's kind of a very noble character, also has a lot of flaws, so that's a fun character to play around with. But I don't know, I'm just, like I said, it's just, it hasn't really grabbed me yet like it has you. But it'll be kind of interesting.
The show is not perfect either, but when it gets stuff good, I think.
Sure. But I guess it'll be an interesting experiment to see if you and me like continue to be on different wavelengths about it, or if I continue to, or if maybe I start liking it more as time goes on.
Okay. Maybe it's not the worst thing ever.
Well, no, it's not the worst thing ever. Babs on Gotham is the worst thing ever.
Maybe she's just the worst thing ever.
Yes, she is. I think we can all agree with that.
Maybe Babs should die a horrible death forever.
Yes. All right, so take us out.
Right. Okay. Now that's as far we go.
So join us for our next show
as we review and go
Galavant.